My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire Downfall, where it's time to finally play the Collector. The Collector, the notorious sorceress of the city, claims souls and trinkets alike. You start with the Emerald Torch, which gives you 1 reserve at the start of combat, and you also have essences, in addition to your HP and souls. Now, I am familiar with this character, I played them off camera, but I will be introducing them to you if you aren't familiar, or reintroducing them to you if you are. Slay intruders. I promise I will. So here's our base deck. 4 strikes, 4 defends. We've also got Fuel the Fire, 1 Ember, and Pyre keyword. Pyre cards require exhausting another card in hand in addition to pay the cost. Next turn, gain 2 reserve. And reserve is an alternate kind of energy that is stored across turns. And you are mine. 2 energy to apply 1 weak and vulnerable, and also 6 doom. Doom is a DOT. Doomed creatures lose HP at the start of their turn equal to the doom. Then, doom is removed unless the creature is afflicted, which is the keyword for having both weak and vulnerable. So this gives them weak and vulnerable, does 6 damage this turn, and then 6 damage next turn as well. Ooh, one of my favorites is when you don't have to get curses, but you can get the random rare relic. It's one of my probably most picked choices from there when it's offered. I like the 3 elite line that has 3 fires and a shop later as well. And I could take 4 fights in order to get the cards to do it. Let's do it. Supply scroll. At the start of your 3rd turn, gain 2 energy and draw 2 cards. Hell yeah. Oh, grateful. We're pretty much always going to see that turn. Fine. Defend, strike, strike, and... oh no, we're out of energy, but we still have that 1 reserve. I'll use Fuel the Fire to destroy the other card in hand in order to have 2 additional reserve next turn. That'll do it. 12 damage from Doom at the end of the turn, and we pick up 1 essence, getting us a total of 6. And then we can look at what essences are. I should have mentioned this earlier, though. Essences. Spend essences on adding cards to your collection. It's like a secondary side deck that you draw 1 card from each turn, by default. Combat rooms grant 1 essence, elites grant 2, bosses give you 3. But all essence cards cost 3. So Spike Slime has the essence, Spike Slime. Megatherial. Megatherial is just, it exhausts when played or at the end of your turn, no matter where it is. So you can't even discard this to keep it in the deck. It'll destroy itself from your discard pile. Gain 8 block. Whenever you attack this turn, deal 3 damage back. Acid Slime. 0 energy Megatherial. Add 1 random 0 cost card into your hand. I'm gonna keep my essences to spend on someone else. You see Somber Shield, 1 Ember Pyre, gain 6 block, next turn, gain a copy of the card you exhausted with Pyre. Karma, 1 energy power, at the end of your turn, gain 2 block. If an enemy is afflicted, gain 2 more. And then finally, Wildfire. Also works quite well with afflicted because it's 1 energy to deal 4 damage for each unique debuff on the enemy. I'm leaning Karma. Karma's upgrade is 3/3. I mean, yeah. I like it. Rough. I would have liked to have more defense on that first turn, maybe. And a little less defense on this one. Oof. Not great draw order for the Jawworm here, but we can also see the Jawworm's upcoming essence. 2 Ember to play a skill that gives you 12 block and 1 strength. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up taking that one off you. Ooh. Roast. 0 energy Pyre, deal 4 damage. It's also Scorching Rays. X cost, deal 8 damage to a random enemy X times, and then finally Protecting Call. New mechanic introduced here as well. 2 Ember Power, Energy Power, 2 Energy Power, 2 Mana Power. It's actually, it's too colorless to play this. Gain 6 temp max HP. Torch Head gain 2 block. So Torch Head, when you have temporary HP, you summon a Torch Head, such as the Collector does in its fight. While you have temporary HP, each attack you play triggers Torch Head. So Torch Head would then gain 2 block. Yep. Jawworm? Yeah. 12 block and 1 strength. They're good. I like them. Jawworm and Karma fully defend this on the first turn. Thou art mine. Perfect. That takes down the frontliner immediately. Let's just... There we go. Look. There's Torch Head. Whenever I play an attack, if I have temporary HP, Torch Head will do all of the things that Torch Head can do currently, which is just grant me block. Doom comes for you. Oh, both of those were Louse. 0 energy, gain 1 blur. Make ethereal as well, by the way. The next time you receive unblocked attack damage, gain 7 block. Zaz Potion giving us 10 vigor. It matters not. 2 energy to gain 13 block and then increase all enemy weak and vulnerable by 1. It's also Bramble Spar Kindling, unplayable, but when you exhaust this card, add a Burning Strike to your hand, which is 14 damage and draw a card. I have a lot. I literally have 1 card that does fire. Oops. Sucker Punch. Deal 7 damage, apply 1 weak. I do want ways other than You Are Mine to apply debuffs, because otherwise we're going to really struggle to keep the enemy afflicted. Right. You Are Mine upgrades to increase its doom damage, not the amount of weak or vulnerable it applies. I'll take a single It Matters Not. Thank heck I have Jawworm this turn. The looter tried to loot my money and then realized I don't have any. Oof. Well, I can defend for 11 this turn. Oh, all the way up to 13. Thank you. Okay, great. You Are Mine, but It Matters Not. And then also I'm going to Fuel the Fire, burning a Slime to gain 2 additional energy next turn. 2 additional reserve, rather. Perfect. You're going to die today, chump. Says the looter who woke up with enough doom to die while saying it? There you go. And now it's just me and you, Spike Slime. I really do need some more ways to deal damage in this deck at the moment. You Are Mine, but It Matters Not. Very lucky I keep drawing those both in the same hand when I have the ability to play both as well. Spike Slime and Thieves. Thieves. Make Ethereal, take 5 less damage from attacks this turn. I'll take that one. I don't want to miss out on possibly getting the Elites pickup, so Elites give you 2 essence. If I go for a fight after this, I don't really want Spike Slime as well, so I'm going to hold off. Dark Apotheosis. Upgrade the collected pile for the rest of combat. Right now, that's not great. I probably draw this after I've gotten all of my collected cards. In the future, though. There's also Mystery Weaving on the left-hand side. 0 cost, gain 9 block, gains 2 less block for each other card in your hand, so you want to play that last, ideally. I will take the Dark Apotheosis. And a question mark. I like a question mark every now and then. A relic gives us Ceramic Fish. When you add a card to your deck, gain 9 souls. It also gives us a regret in hand, but that regret can be burned, hopefully. Not that I drew the ability to do that this turn. Jawworm and Fueled Fire on a defense. It's probably better to play a Karma than not. So Thieves would upgrade to take 8 less damage. It's kind of a defense card this time. It'd be nice to debuff enemies so that I can hit them with You Are Mine and It Matters Not next turn. That's not really happening. I see. It doesn't upgrade the ones that you already have in hand. That's a shame. Spent way more energy that turn than I needed to in retrospect. You mind? Doesn't matter though. And I'll just burn a defend. I really can't burn out my damage because I have so little of it that if I burn out too many damage cards, I might not be able to finish the fight. And I'm going to use the Vigor to take out an enemy this turn because keeping my temporary health is probably my best defensive strategy at the moment. Ugh. And there it goes. There goes my torch head. Perfect. We actually managed to burn regrets. Go on mine. If that's not. 2 turns of vulnerability, so I still get to take advantage of that this turn. And hey, will actually help us slay. Oh no. Sentry's Essence is deal Megatherial, deal 8 damage, apply 1 week, repeat if there's a sentry in your exhaust pile. There won't be. You would be the only... I would need to come into this battle with 9 essences to buy all of them. No, I made a mistake buying anything. Certainly the Thieves Mask feels like a mistake in retrospect. It'd be really good next floor, though. It does it. 1 more damage card. So close to being able to get 2. Soul Lit Lamp. Oh! Upon pickup, gain 3 essence. At the start of combat, add an Ember into your hand. Ember is a 1-cost skill with Retain and Exhaust. When exhausted, gain a Strength. So you want to target that with Pyre, obviously. I mean, I could take 2 Sentry now. Seed of Doubt. 0 energy to apply 3 Doom. Whenever a card is exhausted while this is in hand, increase its Doom by 1. Or Ashen Strike. 1 energy to deal 10 damage, gain an Ember. And Heat Wave. 0 energy to deal 5 damage to all enemies and gain an Ember. Yeah, that's the ticket. So if I got 2 sentries, the second one at least would double dip. I'm about to fight more elites. I'm taking 2 sentries. I'm going to need the damage if I'm going to be fighting elites. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an extra energy next turn. That'll happen. Oh, that'll certainly happen in this fight. Oh, tough. Regret's going to be kind of annoying here, but Dark Apotheosis upgrades actually 3 cards for us this time. That's great. This Sentry is going to exhaust at the end of the turn. I'll play Protecting Call. Okay. I have to start the fight this turn. It's You Are Mine, then It Matters Not, and sign off with a Sentry that hits twice. Great. First, let's fuel the fire on Ember, gaining a strength. Heatwave then gives us the Ember back. Play Karma for 4 block at the end of the turn. If I attack, I lose Torchhead, but I deal more damage. Oh, wait. No, I don't. Miscount. Ooh, Jawworm, 15 block and 2 strength. Really awkward that that's not correct, because You Are Mine keeps the Doom high, and then It Matters Not keeps it present. Just gonna straight up strike you, and then next turn I'll strike you again. Lagavulin. 1 Ember, Megatherial, all enemies lose 1 strength. Sick. I'll also take Orichalcum. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. I do love when you stack enough at end of turn block relics, and then they all go up at the same time. So like Karma would not see me having any block, and Orichalcum wouldn't see me having any block at the same time. Karma gives me 4, Orichalcum gives me 6. We get 10 by the end of turn where we didn't even play block. Bramblespire is back. We also have Jaded Jabs. 3 Ember to Pyre, deal 15 damage, gain shivs equal to the Pyred card's cost, +1. That's a way to do a lot of attacks, and a lot of attacks is a lot of block from Torchhead. I also want to get more Torchhead things in the deck to really support it. Billow. 3 energy, gain 18 block. Next turn, add Bellow into your hand. Bellow. 1 energy, Ethereal, apply Doom equal to the unused block from last turn. I'm going to take Jaded Jabs because I really want some damage, and that seems like a lot of damage. And I can split it amongst the targets as I see fit, because it's shivs. Release. Remove a collected card, gain 40 souls. No. Dark Apotheosis upgrades to become 0 cost. Can't I make that innate? If the deck gets too large, eventually I draw all of my collected cards before I draw the Apotheosis. Karma. Jaded. So nothing's changing its cost with an upgrade, unfortunately, which is primarily what I'm looking for here. Except Dark Apotheosis. Oh, I can buy another Sentry card after this. Hell yeah. And Dark Apotheosis is in the opening hand. Good to see that. I'll fuel the fire on Ember. And drop a Protecting Call. I could play Thieves. Saves me 3 temp HP to play Thieves right now. I'll hold it. I also get to keep my reserve rather than spending it. Oh, sick. I'm so glad. I was literally thinking, like, I hope it's Jawworm that comes out of here. And then it did. I really want to Jawworm Jaded Jab something. Probably get rid of the It Matters Not. You Are Mine gives the vulnerability and the doom, and then I just keep striking that target. So I take no damage here. I work through half of 1 HP, and I've set up the target that's attacking next turn to die to a single hit, which couldn't be easier when I've got a Heat Wave. Although I don't have to play that sentry. It's the second sentry I really need to play because it's seen another one in the exhaust pipe. Oh, there's the second sentry. Yeah. I can still full defend because the enemy gets weakened as well. Hopefully I can burn that regret out before it truly gives me something to regret. Heat Wave. Coin Cask. Whenever you use a potion, gain 1 ritual. Oh god. Ritual is literally a strength at the end of your turn. Oh dear. Inevitable demise. 1 energy, deal 9 damage, prevent the next time Doom would be removed from the target. Really good. Black Bindings. Apply 2 weak, then apply 2 Doom for each unique debuff on the enemy for 1 energy. And then the final card was Roost. But I accidentally clicked it rather than bringing it up to look at. Roast, rather. 0 energy Pyre, deal 4 damage. I want another Pyring card in hand. I like that it's helping me funnel out my hand. Inevitable Demise. No, I want my enemies afflicted. I don't necessarily have Doom as like a strategy for how I win the fight. All right, I gotta fight the merchant this time. Oh, yeah. Roast to get rid of the regrets. Should play Jawworm first in retrospect, and Karma. I don't have a very aggressive hand coming, unfortunately, but this hand's also not that good. Lagavulin, a single defend, and then this is not going to amp our damage in any way. I guess I just strike you. Yuck. Turn 3 is great for us, though. Additional energy, additional cards. No, still didn't get Dark Apotheosis. Rough. It can't activate next turn. Let's fuel the fire with an Ember. Mine, Heat Waves. Right. Strike again. Yay! When I draw a Sentry, which isn't going to happen, but when it happens, they'll do more damage. All right. Sentry with additional damage, and then a strike. We got like 100 health off of you in a single fight. That's not bad. That's not bad. It could be better, but it could certainly be worse. Oh, hell yes. Mini Curse, 0 energy Pyre. Apply 1 weak and 1 vulnerable. There's also Spirit Leech, 2 energy, deal 13 damage if the enemy is afflicted, gain 11 block, and finally a Somber Shield as well. I'm taking Mini Curse, also because Mini Curse is probably one of the most ridiculous upgrades. Apply 1 weak and 1 vulnerable to all enemies is the upgrade. Jade Ring. Enemies take 6 more damage from Doom. It's also Vajra and Barbell. Barbell, whenever you enter a rest site, if you have at least 10 upgradable cards in your deck, upgrade 1 on random. I do like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to upgrade 2 cards before the end of the floor. As much as I want Jade Ring here, I think it's got to be Barbell, and then I have enough money to still buy Vajra. Although there is also Mini Curse here. Suffering also looks pretty good when you apply weak or vulnerable to an enemy. Also apply 2 Doom to them. Nah, give me straight up strength. Reach inside for a relic, reach inside for a relic, and we get Shuriken! Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Alright, it's time to shiv. Heatwave gets randomly upgraded by barbells, thank you. I'm gonna upgrade the mini curse, as I mentioned earlier. Mini curse. Then fuel the fire to get through Jawworm, which I'm not gonna play. Strike. Keep my reserve high. Yeah. You are mine. And then Jaded Jabs, killing Protected Call in hand, giving me enough shivs to take out the enemy. Blue Slaver. 1 energy, Mega Ethereal, deal 6 damage, apply 1 weak, double the enemy's weak. Another Jaded Jabs? There's also Double Trouble, 1 Ember, 1 energy. Look, it's gonna take a moment. Please. 1 energy, gain 6 block. Your next collected card this turn is played twice. I really like that as well. The only problem is with Shuriken and Vajra that I just picked up, I'm going Jaded Jabs. Roasts get upgraded randomly, and I'm gonna go Jaded Jabs because it gives me another shiv with the upgrade as well. I need more cards that want to themselves be pired. So more embers would be nice. Speaking of, there's an ember. Jaded Jabs on an ember. Also, this is Energy Thieves. Whenever Defect creates a void, it goes into your discard pile. Your discard pile. And it's going to be giving itself a single buffer this turn. Cool. First Sentry, I'm happy to let exhaust itself. The second one is the one that I use. Enemy's just defending this turn. Okay. I'm gonna roast, but I'm gonna destroy the Thieves card because I'm not otherwise gonna be using that. Still need to keep Ember for other cards to burn. Let's start with Fuel the Fire on Regret. Oh, actually, this works. I'll Sentry follow up. There's some debuffs for you. Then you are mine, and it matters not. So at the end of this turn, I get up to 17 block because the enemy's afflicted. Their Sunder only deals 1 damage to us, but we get a huge amount of debuffs on the enemy. That's great. Okay. Mini Curse. I'll get rid of that Ember. I'm going to use a Jaded Jab to remove another Jaded Jab to get 5 shivs in hands. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Sentry. Go. Oh, that's just straight up buffer. That's just Defect's buffer. But a collected card. Prevent the next time you lose HP. Next 2 times after the upgrade. Shooting Star. The first time you pyre an attack each turn, gain a copy of it. It costs 0 until played. That's really good if I'm... Well, actually, that incentivizes me piring the highest cost card in my hand, highest cost attack in my hand, which the Jaded Jabs are already in favor of as well. Upgrading that lowers its cost. There's also Protecting Call, second copy, and Omen. When you play a collected card, gain 1 strength. I like Omen as well, because with 3 sentry cards in our collection, I'm pretty sure. With 3 sentry cards in our collection, the first one just disappears. The second 2 both play themselves twice, though. Which means they're really good strength scaling. I'm gonna skip the buffer. Yuck. Ectoplasm. Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer gain souls. There's also Empty Cage. Remove 2 cards and pick up in Tiny House. I really want that energy. Well, Ceramic Fish is just not going to give us any more money. It's okay, though. I mean, it's not okay, and I don't want it to be, but it's fine. Oh god, they're going to steal money from us there as well. Elites, Relic Rest, Elite Rest, Space, and then Elites. Maybe a bit much. I could hit this left-hand side, go straight to a shop immediately, have enough gold to remove 1 card from my deck, and then that's basically it. Remove the regret. Waddle onwards. Elite, elite, elite. Possibly even one at the end, and 1, 2, 3 fires. Yeah, it's better. Heat Wave, and then Jaded Jabs through an Ember. Shiv, shiv, shiv. End up with It Matters Not just to gain back some shields. I mean, losing strength on this enemy is a good idea as well. Oh no, I shouldn't have played an attack last turn. There was no reason to play it, and it cost me an energy this turn. First up's Dark Apotheosis, then Omen, Sentry, plays another Sentry. Jaded Jabs through a Protecting Call. Gives us enough shibs to take out the avocado. Shell Paris? What is... There's a typo here. That should say avocado. 1 Ember. 1 Ember, 1 energy. That's a verbal typo. Megatherial. Gain 4 plated armor. Not bad. Flex Potion. Definitely seems... like the kind of thing I need this for. Sucker Punch, Inevitable Demise, and Suffering. I don't need more weakness application next to what I have, I don't think. I'll skip. That Shelled Parasite pickup, though, 4 plated armor, I'll take. Annoyingly, I should probably get rid of the card in hand that was going to ruin me. Then Sentry, weaken the enemy. Now, even when I kill the merchant, it's not going to give me any money, so I can't really afford to prioritize it in any way. Jaded Jabs through through Omen, actually. Your Mind should have been played first. I don't know if it could have changed the outcome there. Maybe it could have. Lantern Flare, 2 Ember, Pyre. Oh, too many things with that keyword in the deck at the moment. Apply 12 Doom. Enemy gains 3 more at the end of each of their turns. There's also Void Armor, 1 Energy. Everyone gains 13 block and 1 blur. Yeah. And Condemn. Apply 1 Vulnerable and 5 Doom. That's easy. That's quite cheap, actually. Another Dark Apotheosis if I really need it. Forgery. Deal 8 damage. Choose 1 of 2 collected cards from your pile to gain a copy of. There's also another Mystery Weaving. Impar. X cost. Gain X strength at the start of your next 2 turns. The Contract. Upon pickup, gain 10 essence. Alright. Let's remove Regret. Gotta live without regret. And yeah, I guess like the last thing I can really afford to buy is Empower. Does it in the next 3 turns. Alright. No need to go down the path that has another merchant on. Lagavul and all enemies lose 1 strength. Incredible. Oh, I need to know how this works, though. If I Jaded Jab Empower, does it see it as 0 cost, or does... I think it sees it as the highest X cost that it could currently be cast for. Okay, I have the ability to restart, so I'm just very quickly going to check this. If I exhaust Empower, do I get... Actually, sorry, which... I'm playing an unupgraded Jaded Jabs. So do I get 1 Shiv? Do I get 2 Shivs or 3 Shivs? 1. Okay, so it sees the X cast as 0. Fair enough. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so X costs by default also use all of your reserve. I had no choice not to. It's fine as well, though. We take a hell of a lot of 0 damage. Got a Dark Apotheosis out there, and... Heat Wave. I'll fuel the fire through an Ember, and then... Jaded Jabs through the other Ember. And sure, you can stay up, because you're not dealing damage to me. Bought myself a free turn there to play a bunch of powers, and now... Now we're set. This one does no damage. How could it ever harm me? Oh, sick! The Bird's card is Megatherial Bird. Deal 1 damage 5 times. Upgrade is 2 damage 5 times. That's nothing. It's the strength that matters, obviously. Whirling Flame. Deal 19 damage to all enemies. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. There's also Death Mark. 2 Ember. Deal 7 damage. Next turn, enemy loses HP equal to twice the unblocked damage dealt. I've got to take Whirling Flame for all of the AoE reasons I've mentioned before. As you continue down the spire, you notice a group of humanoids waiting in ambush near a large auditorium. When approached, the slavers are startled but quickly explain themselves.
We await to see who would assault the city, the ones you seek to destroy. We have an audience awaiting and a fresh capture. The people love a fight to the death.
The slavers are no threat to you, but may prove useful if they do manage to slow down or injure your prey. However, this blood sport might just be too tempting to pass up. So I could fight the arena champions or the captive hero. Hero? You enter the massive stadium and find an overflowing audience of slavers, cultists, and other denizens of the city.
The next one is mine!
You boom into the crowd, who replies with deafening applause. It doesn't take long for the slavers to drag in their latest catch. The unwitting challenger awakens, groggy from the ambush, but readies themselves. This should be fun. Oh, it's a hermit! Hermit's cards get bonus dead-on effects while he's concentrated, and he's concentrated until I deal 10 damage in a turn to him. Cool! Also, Tangerine is your deputy louse. When Tangerine dies, Hermit's concentration breaks, and he gains 3 strength. Okie dokie. I'm thinking like Omen, Shelled Parasite, Whirling Flame? Something like that? I'm gonna start with Distilled Chaos. That worked out really well. Fuel the fire on that Ember. Yeah, so I only have to take 1 damage this turn. Oh, actually, no. Orichalcum coming in clutch. No damage this turn, but incredible setup. Thieves already prevents me from taking damage this turn. I'm gonna Empower. I get 6 strength at the start of the next 2 turns.
Dark Apotheosis, show me the evil cards.
Throw out a... You are mine first with vulnerability. Jada jumps through a protecting call, gives us 100 damage worth of shivs. There goes the sentry. Oh. Tungsten Rod. When you lose HP, lose 1 less. A Roomba's Pocket Sentry every 3 turns. Apply 1 weak to all enemies. Incredible. Also grab an essence from it. Unfortunately, you don't have the ability to gain this adapt. At the start of your turn, you can exhaust a card to gain 8 block. I don't think I'd be using that here. Ashen Strike could give me another Ember in hand. There's also Misdirect, 0 energy to gain 2 block. Next turn, gain a reserve. Or another copy of It Matters Not. It Matters Not is a lot better now that a Roomba's Pocket Sentry every 3rd turn is just giving every one of my opponents, that is, 1 week. I'll take it. Protecting Call, Shelled Parasite, and a single Defend. Defend didn't need to be played there, actually. Actually, it's worse to play the Defend. Orichalcum's got my back. I could burn the Ember manually here, but with the density of other cards we have that have the Pyre keyword on them, I feel like I really do need to keep that around. I think this fight is short enough that I'll use Jaded Jabs to burn Omen, rather than hoping to keep pulling collected cards. 1, 2, 3. Condemn you with some Doom. One last strike. That was the effect for a Roomwood's Pocket Sentry going off. 1 week back on the enemy, guaranteeing that you are still afflicted. Oh, it's so good. You are mine. In case you were wondering. There we go. Jade Jabs gets him. Cultist and Chosen. Cultist, 1 energy. Megatherial Pyre. Gain 1 strength at the start of your next 3 turns for a single energy. 0 cost if it's upgraded rather than more energy, more strength. Interesting. We also have Chosen, 1 energy skill. Megatherial apply 2 weak. If the enemy does not intend to attack, also apply to 3 vulnerable. If I had enough, I would buy it, but I don't, so I won't. There's Somber Shield, also Shadow Daggers. 1 energy to deal 3 damage for each collected card played this combat. And then finally, Binding Call. 2 Ember, gains 6 temp HP. Torchhead gains, apply 2 Doom to a random enemy. I feel like I might not be doing a Torchhead deck at all. I think I might be focused much more around my collecting. Okay. Jaded Jabs. The from hand. Orichalcum defends me at the end of the turn. And the Pocket Sentry immediately gives weakness. It's so good. I'm gonna mini curse, condemning Sentry in hand. And it matters not as well. So now you've got 3 more turns of vulnerability. Sorry, not of vulnerability. 3 more turns of affliction after this turn. So Doom would be doing really well right now. Omen, whenever you play a collected card, gain strength, then double sentry. Excuse me. Repeat if there is a sentry in your exhaust pile. Okay, so it's not play again if there's a sentry in your exhaust pile, so it does only trigger it once. It's a shame. It matters not, though. Heatwave, we can roast the Ember, and Whirling Flame to end the fight. Book of Stabbing. Whenever you deal unblocked attack damage, apply 2 Doom. That sounds like a go for us. Hey, Lantern. That activates in every fight. Pretty big fan. Another It Matters Not. I've got so many ways of applying the weak. Strike Dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Yeah, that's literally just the base strikes in the deck. I'll take the key this time. Oh. Here's one of the AoE fights you get a little more sensitive about. I'm leaning towards trying to flex potion this turn so I can try and take someone out. Also, the ritual is important. I forgot about that too. Mini cast through the Ember. Tell them they're mine. Never let them go. Block and hold. Oh, right. Actually, Orichalcum had me that turn. I should have just attacked. But But I get an extra energy this turn for having not done so, so who knows. Whirling Flame after a Condemn. I can put whatever I want atop the draw pile because I'm just going to finish with the next card. Ooh. So we've seen the red and blue savers before. Actually, have we seen Red Slaver? Enemy loses 9 strength this turn. But there's also Taskmaster. Incredible show. I'm really, really hanging out for Season 21. Of the UK series, of course. But the NZ series is pretty good as well. Australia is actually not that good, unfortunately. It's just the Taskmaster, and Taskmaster's just, it's specifically the Taskmaster. Tom Gleason just does not know how to host that show. Anyway, that's not relevant. What is relevant is this card says, apply 10 Doom, deal 10 damage, and gain 1 strength. Upgrading it, 13 Doom, 13 damage, 2 strength. Yeah. Yep. Gimme. I'll also take an Oddly Smooth Stone for 1 dex. There's an upgraded Somber Shield, an Ashen Strike, and Finalize. 4 Ember, when the enemy dies, heal 6 HP. Also apply 24 Doom. Yes. Karma gets upgraded. I'm gonna upgrade Finalize to give it 4 more Doom and 2 more healing. Oh no. Damn it. I don't have enough to be able to buy any of these at the end of this fight, and I would really want to buy the Gremlin Leader's skill. Add 2 random Gremlin collectibles into your hand, and the Gremlin collectibles are the other skills from the smaller gremlins. So it would be super useful for playing more collected cards. Anyway, start with Duck of Apotheosis. Let's condemn the boss. I really want to It Matters Not for the increased vulnerability and weakness. And then Empower for 3 energy for the next couple of turns. Sure. I don't like that I had to leave those on board. Thankfully, they are at least weakened. Finalize. So I could play Finalize to kill an enemy as well as heal here. But I kind of wanted to put it on an enemy who I was going to keep alive. Oh, which I can also do. Alright. Energy Potion. I'm going to Finalize against the boss. I'm also going to It Matters Not. And then I'll Fuel the Fire on Ember to gain additional energy next turn. So this turn I will take some damage, but the boss takes 33 damage that turn, and next turn, and the turn after. So we've kind of set up our kill. I just need to keep myself safe. Mini through that. Gotta play a Whirling Flame. Draw a card back to the top of the deck. That is not which card. Hit him. Prayer Wheel. Normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Cool. Womp. 2 energy to deal 12 damage and gain 12 temp HP. 12 temp HP. Oh my god. And Brain Drain. 0 energy. Enemy loses 6 health. Add their collected card into your hand. I do want that, but I want more. It's so much value. Condemn gets upgraded. Extra turn of vulnerability and a little bit more doom out of that. Pretty happy to see that. I'm playing a big Empower a lot of the time. Let me give it a 3rd turn of strength growth. Oh. Give me this book everyone's talking so much about. Nilri's Codex. At the end of your turn, you may shuffle 1 of 3 random cards into your draw pile. Alright, the run's gonna take 1 billion years. I know we're 54 minutes in at the moment, but it's gonna take 1 billion years. There are some choices in this game that I'm like, independently, absolutely. But for content? Like Frozen Eye. Incredible. I really never want to record an episode using it, though. Great card. Don't want to use it in the slightest. Stash away. Gain 4 block X times. Next turn, gain X reserve. $15, $30, $40. With this vigor, we can prevent the shelled parasite from taking another turn, which is the only way to defend myself for a reasonable amount that turn. Okay, look. There's new cards. Nilri's Codex is going to slow me down so much. I have to explain every card as they come up. Ah! Alright. Coffin Nail. Deal 6 damage when exhausted, return it to your hand next turn with 6 more damage. There's also Darkstorm, 2 Ember, gain a Blightning. Blightning is a 0-cost card that applies 6 Doom, deals 6 damage, draws 1 card from your collected pile, and also Darkstorm shuffles 2 more of them into your draw pile as well as the one that gives into your hand. Coffin Nail, why not? I don't have anything that automatically kills you next turn, do I? Ooh, Dark Lord form. At the start of your turn, for 4 energy, play You Are Mine on a random enemy, and then there's also Rotwood Kindling. I was hoping to see something like this earlier. Unplayable. When exhausted, though, apply 2 vulnerable and 4 doom to all enemies. Dragon's Trove, 0 energy Pyre. Draw 2 cards from your collected pile and gain a reserve. Great rare. Black Bindings, apply 2 oh, we've seen that one before and Seed of Down. Yeah, we've seen those ones before. Finally! Finalize. When the enemy dies, heal 8 HP. Gotta put that on him before I can finish the fight. Funky Beast. Mega Ethereal card that applies 2 vulnerable and applies 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I'm leaning Shelled Parasite more than that. Ironbark Kindling. Unplayable and retain. When exhausted, gain 9 block. Yes. And then we have an upgraded Brain Drain, which upgrades the collected card they give you. Okay, pretty thrilled about those. Dark Apotheosis immediately. You're mine. I'm gonna thieve so you don't do damage. Strike, and then I can Shadow Daggers for 1 damage. Better done than not, I guess. Dragon's Trove. Incredible card to shuffle into the draw. Okay. It's Mini Curse, Ember, then Heatwave to make a new Ember, then Fuel the Fire to burn that Ember. Or Kindling. Alright. Bird attacks for 7 damage 5 times, and we managed to full defend. Sunbloom Kindling. When exhausted, gain 2 strength and add 2 embers into your hand. That's what I want after the next boss. Oh my god. Like, look at this. Dragon's Trove plays out Sunbloom, and then that's my hand now. Then I got Omen, Shelled Parasite, Taskmaster. I'll roast a Fire, hit you with a Sentry as well. One more strike. Ridiculous damage. Gotcha. Black Candle. Unplayable curse cards can now be played at cost 0, and playable curse cards now cost 0, sorry. Whenever you play an unplayable or discounted curse, exhaust it and lose 1 HP. Right, so it's the blue candle, but modified. Which... That's like an old Castlevania reference, I think. I don't know it through Castlevania, I know it through Isaac. Karma. Flash Leash. Flame Leash, rather. Flame Lash. I can't read today. This is gonna have to be the last run of my day. One energy, Pyre, deal 8 damage, and add the Pyre card's damage to this. And then also another Protecting Call. I mean, it's Karma or nothing, but I really feel like I have a lot of, like, game block at end of turn things going on. I'll take one more and then I'm done. Shadow Daggers upgrade. I also want to keep more than 10 unupgraded cards in my deck at all times, because benefiting from the Barbell and getting a second upgrade every fire, even if they're not directed, it's so good. I'm going to cost reduce Omen, because I'm going to cost reduce Omen. Seeing Double. At the start of each turn, a mirror image of the Silent will hide her real location. Attacking Silent, or the mirror, removes it from the combat for the turn. I'd love to be making the enemy weak this turn. Oh, it'd be so helpful. Fiendfire. I'm gonna take Womp, thank you. Okay, so it showed draw card on the front Silent. Does that mean the front Silent is the real one? Let's see. Heatwave. Okay, that doesn't confirm it. It's just the other would disconfirm it. I'll Brain Drain. And now I'm gonna get a block after every card I play. Thorn Whip. Deal 6 damage and apply 3 bruise to all enemies and then gain a shiv. It's also Raging Call, which causes Torchhead to deal 3 damage to all enemies on attack, and then Whirling Flame. Get that Thorn Whip. Right, so we've got Whirling Flame at least to do AoE damage. Gives us a little bit of a way to tell which of you is the right one. And then whenever I play a collected card, gain strength. Yeah, probably worth debuffing at this point in the game. This point in the fight, rather. If I'm going to use Whirling Flame, but a card from your discard pile to pop your draw, Heatwave, another AoE, please. And then I need to make sure I don't draw that this turn. I'm very tempted by the Jaded Jabs. Hell, I could even go Protecting and... Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Burning... an Ember. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Deals 16 damage. I'm fine. Very familiar card, though, that. There's that Heatwave. We also have the Book of Stabbing collected card. Whenever you deal unblocked attack damage, apply to Doom. That's great, because it's also a collected card, powering up the Shadow Daggers. Striking a single defend. Sure. I'll empower literally just for the 1 block that we get for it, but that's because I don't think I'm going to be cycling through my deck again. No need for those. Thank you, Norris. So sadly, I don't have an AoE in this hand. Oh, never mind, I totally do. Get him, Thorn Whip. Let's also exhaust the right cards. Gain 12 temp HP, actually. It's just safety for future turns. I guess you play the thieves rather than not, right? When you exhaust a card, a random enemy loses 4 HP. I see the value in that. Double Trouble, gain 9 block. Your next collected card this turn is played twice. And Cursed Whale. All enemies lose strength this turn, but afflicted enemies lose strength. We're close enough to the end of the fight that we don't really want to dilute the deck, I don't think. Not unless it was an AoE card in there. Right, we're just going to have to take a guess on this one. Missed. Hit the other one with the Womp, and we've got more than enough temp max HP at this point. Well and claim for an AoE card and the rest of the deck. Congratulations, Nilrings. You found exactly the thing that I'll take. Never mind, we found our other Whirling Flame. Follow it with Sentry. For 1 Roasted Silent. After Image, Megatherial. When you play a card, gain 1 block. I will say that worked out real well for us. Hello. You've seen Darkstorm before? Hoarder's Strike. 2 Ember to deal 16 Ember. 2 energy to deal 16 damage. Then play the top card of your draw pile. Your collected pile, rather. Sunbloom Kindling is going to be the one we take. For when exhausted, it gives you 2 strength and also 2 embers into your hand, so you exhaust it, and then you also have more exhaust fuel. I'll also take After Image, absolutely. Ooh. Snecko Eye? On average, I think Snecko Eye is good for me right now. Especially because collected cards get added to our hand, so we have kind of consistency on that card, at least retaining its original cost. There's also Prismatic Torch. Replaces the Emerald Torch, which gives us 1 reserve at the start of each fight. At the start of each combat, add an Ember into your hand and gain 1 reserve. The first time you exhaust an Ember each turn, gain 1 reserve. Never mind, that's so much better for us. It gives us exhaust fuel, and also when we exhaust it, it gives us energy. Yes, please. Oh, we have another Ember in our hand at the start of combat as well. Oh, yeah. Okay. Money's not going to be useful for us, so... Although I do want to go for the Empowered Elite. So I'll have to take this left-hand side, and I'll still have to take one shot, even if I don't necessarily want it. Mini Curse on Ember. Then... I don't need to do an Ember every turn. In fact, it's kind of better if I don't. Big Empower or a Calcum Defenses. Stash away. Oh, yes, I've seen this, of course. Gain 4 block X times. Sorry, 4 block X times. Next turn, gain X reserve. I'll take a Seed of Down. Definitely gonna get a Heat Wave on him. I want to finalize. Damn, without a Pyre Trigger in our hand, that's kind of annoying, actually. So I'll just play an Ember, and then finalize, and then just kind of cop it? Because I'll heal at the end of the fight anyway now. I'll put a second Dark Apotheosis in this deck. Oh, actually, right, the Tungsten Rod prevents it. Great. Vulnerable and some Doom. Fuel the fire on a Ember for additional energy. Enemy's vulnerable. Get him with the Womp. And the bird for, what? 50... Sorry, That's right. 110 damage, I think? My basic multiplication was struggling there. Orb Walker, Megatherial, deal 14 damage, add 2 embers into your hand. Yay! Absolutely, thank you. Torchbearer, just gain 14 temp HP. I think that's a great card. Coffin Nail, deal 6 damage. When exhausted, return it to your hand next turn with 6 more damage. Only if I could give this exhaust would I really want to do it. Because otherwise, it's exhausting it has no benefit until you actually play it. Jaded Jabs, actually, I think. More than happy to have another copy of that in the deck, especially the Shuriken. Okay, let's fuel the fire on an Ember. I do feel like Jaded Jabs should still do a pretty large card. Definitely more damage than I needed to take. Bomb, Spiker. I'll just Brain Drain to take out the Exploder. I mean, I could drop the bomb as well. In 3 turns' time, just watch that explode. Vulnerable, Doom, no. There you go. Lose some strength, bud. Now it's just my job to draw Finalize in time. There's Finalize. We did it. Successful job, well jobbed. Now I can just end this turn and then just end next turn. Let the bomb take him out. Ooh, Rotwood Kindling. When exhausted, apply 3 vulnerable and 6 doom to all enemies. Yes, please. Bramble Spark Kindling. But it is upgraded, so the Burning Strike draws 2 cards. Fine. I feel like now I need more Pyre cards, whereas previously I was very much erring the other direction. Whatever you deal, unblocked attack damage applied to Doom, then I will Roast through an Ember, Jaded Jabs through an Ember, Shiv, and 1. Also Strike for 1 more strength? Sure. And I'll take Thorn Whip, because it comes with 2 attacks and some vulnerability on the enemy. Ooh! Yes. One of my favorite things to Jaded Jabs is a Jaded Jabs. Because then you get 5 Shivs. And kill the Spygrowth damn near instantly. Your card would have been, enemy takes 10 damage at the end of each of its turns. That would have been lovely. Oh my god, another Rotwood Kindling. What I really actually need is another Roast, though. Just a 0-cost Pyre burn. Woof. The first time you Pyre an attack each turn, gain a copy of it. It costs 0 until played. That is really good for our... we just played the card. It's 3 costs. It burns another card. No, that's Jaded Jabs. There we go. Boy. Oh, no. You don't want a hand with the Sunbloom Kindling, but no ability to exhaust it. That's literally the worst outcome. Yeah, it's okay. Draw a card from the collector pile, gain an upgraded copy of it. I'll take a Billow. You can randomly try and donk for a lot of damage. I actually kind of like Whirling Flame here. Use it, pop the Sunbloom Kindling back atop the deck, and then benefit from it on future turn. And I'll take Karma as well. Dragon's Trove. Another Pyre, and it's energy positive. Perfect. Okay, we're off to the races here. I'm going to drop Shooting Star this turn. Use Mini Curse to get through the first Ember. Then Dragon Trove burns through Sunbloom Kindling, drawing us 2 cards, as well as gaining us 2 Embers. Let's go After Image, Book of Stabbing, and Lark Bull. And so I'm effectively just using this turn to get ridiculously powerful. Just lifting all of these weights directly in front of the maw. Beautiful. Oh, Jada Jabs is here to hit Billow. The order in which it does so is going to be fun, though. So Jada Jabs on Jada Jabs, which also gives me a 0-cost Jada Jabs back in hand, and I use that Jada Jabs to hit the Billow. Excuse me.
It was supposed to hit the Billow?
Billow has a high cost? Why did... 3? Gain shifts equal to the pie card's cost plus 1. Why did that not give me a bunch of shifts? Excuse me? I could have sworn I was supposed to get some shifts about that one. It was like a lot of the plan. There you go. Got the more. It's just a big damage card. Oh. I'll take another roast. Arrogance. Your next attack this turn also applies for Doom. Torchbearer unupgraded. Yeah, less interested there. I'll skip the more. I want to make sure I have enough by the time I get to an elite. Oh, hell yeah. First, I'll roast through a Rotwood Sapling. Then Brain Drain. Getting your upgraded card. Add 6 random colorless cards into your hand. They cost 0 this turn. Oh no. I was really hoping I would get a good one. Maybe like a Hand of Greed or something like that? Something with some impact. Oh well.
There goes the merchant.
Hey, I could buy your card. Ooh. Give me the Rotwood Kindling, though. Yeah. It gives me a lot of cards to play, and I like playing a lot of cards. I'll look at this, and then I'll walk away, unfortunately, because I can't get any of it. Brawl stacks. At the end of your turn, gain 2 block. I would love to stack that atop all of the effects that are preventing me from taking damage. And from keeping it off. Blech. Oh, man. Alright, I don't like this turn enough that I'm gonna hit the Dark Apotheosis and then Swift Potion for the draw. Okay, yeah, now we actually have some cards in this hand. Still not great, but it's okay. I'll give the vulnerable and Doom Tool enemies because they're already all weak, so they will keep that for a turn. Beautiful. Ooh! Love drawing Merchant upgraded. Let's get rid of the Ember first, then Whirling Flame to draw back to the top of the deck. Probably Jada Jabs just for the damage sake. Pop Merchant. 3 random attack cards in the draw pile. They cost 0 this combat. Sure. Add a random card to hand. It costs 0 right now. I'll use Black Bindings just to keep the Doom on the enemy. Also stack it up a little higher. Violence. 3 random attacks from your draw pile into your hand. Okay, I'm going to use Purity to burn 2 strikes out of hand so Impatience can draw first. Then I'll use Violence. Okay. Forgery. Deal 13 damage. Choose 1 of 2 from your 1 of 2 of your collected pile to gain a copy of. And yes, After Image, which I'll play. And then Hurting. Ethereal, if this card is exhausted, granting Greater Hurting. I don't have a Greater Hurting to hurt. We're definitely rounding the kill here, but if it's possible, it's still nice to be able to play finalize at the end, but we'll be okay without it. Dagger. 1 Ember energy to lose 3 HP and deal 20 damage. There's also Reptomancer. Mega Ethereal gains 6 temp HP. Torchhead also gains apply 3 poison to a random enemy. And the Bagpipes. Whenever you apply new weak or vulnerable to the enemy, increase the amount applied by 1. That's huge. Lack Bindings? I don't have enough ways to apply weak in the deck at the moment. Do I want Reptomancer? The answer is no. Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in your deck, heal 3 HP whenever you enter a rest site. Super useful. Oh, thank heck. We finally have an opening hand where I can also exhaust cards. Huh? I'll take Soulforge, thank you. I see. This turn was significantly worse. Boy. Game's really harshly telling me that I've, at least this one retains. Okay, what do I do with this? It is weak and vulnerable to all enemies. Thankfully, that increases. Then drop a Karma, Finalize, Omen. You are mine for the additional vulnerable and weak this turn, I think. Hell, all Shooting Stars. I'll spend all of it.
Dark Apotheosis.
Hey, we get to brain drain the TikTok out of here. Tick. Next turn, receive a talk. Dark Lord form. At the start of your turn, play You Are Mine on a random enemy. Keep them weak and vulnerable. Yeah, we can do that. Yep. Talk. Next turn, gain a Head Crush, which is 3 energy. There we go. Deal 70 damage to all enemies. I'll also Jada Jabs through the Finger of Death. Getting too many cards in hand, dude. I could have been adding to the Doom the whole time there. That was a really poorly played turn on my behalf. All good though. Thankfully we gained so much block at end of turn. It is kind of hard to hurt us right now. Speaking of, 6 more plated armor, please. And that'll do it. Hex Talisman. At the start of combat, apply 1 weak and vulnerable to a random enemy. Good lord. With the Bagpipes already? Oh, man. So we come in to make people very weak and vulnerable. Also, Fleeting Embers. Itself, it burns cards, it gives you block, and then it also gives you Embers in hand for other cards to be burning. That's exactly the kind of card I want in this deck right now. Upgrade 2 cards, but receive Pain. I can't really remove Pain from this deck anymore, so no. The answer to that one is no. Shooting Star decreases its cost to 2, so I'll take that. We also get a random upgrade on Sunbloom Kindling, giving it an additional strength. I'll grab the Ruby Key. Let's take a question mark. It's a merchant. Alright, hello. Alethea. If you do not play any powers during your turn, draw an additional card next turn. Cool. There's also the gelatinous cube. Whenever you draw a status or a curse card, gain 3 block. And the rest of that, quite familiar. Let's head into the next Reptomancer fight. Take Somber Shield just to have another Pyre Activator in the deck. Yeah, not thrilled about that last turn. You really want to be killing one of the daggers there. Oh, thankfully, Brain Drain will give me the ability to kill a dagger. Very easily, in fact. And upgrade it, so it'll probably deal 30 damage. 27 damage? That's good enough. There we go. We still have a enemy with full vulnerability, affliction. So that did really well for us there. Let's throw You Are Mine on the Reptomancer to keep you afflicted. I really want to burn the Sunbloom Kindling, but Jaded Jabs doesn't really want to be the card to burn it. Sadly, it will be. Then I get to burn an Ember to get my additional energy. 12. Let's burn the final Ember, and then I'm just gonna... Whoa! That was supposed to give me a strength? That was supposed to give me a strength. Oh, but I'm weakened. Oh, so it worked out to a different number. Oh, thankfully, I'm not gonna take any damage to the dagger this turn, so hitting it at all was just a mistake, because it was gonna die to my block anyway. Heat Wave, then Somber Shield through a Ember. We've even got Orb Walker to get more of them. 2 strikes finishes them off. Ooh, Anchor. Love that block on turn 1 for us. Flash upgraded. It pyres and then choose either a Trip Plus or Blind Plus to gain. I think that's perfect right now. Let's go to another rest. We get a random upgrade on Womp. I don't have enough money to break any of the things, but I'll upgrade another card alongside. 2 more block from Karma when afflicted. Oh, I don't want to lose any of these. Art of War's good. Anchor's really good. Lantern's really good. Nope, thank you. It Matters Not gets the upgrade. Oh, Fuel the Fire gives you a card draw? I did not know that was the case. Definitely seems worth upgrading. All right, so we're up against the Watcher. Fleeting Faith. Watcher has 1 mantra whenever you play a card, gains 1 mantra rather. Whenever Watcher enters Divinity, she gains 3 strength. Watcher loses 5 mantra at the start of her turn. Watcher does not exit Divinity at the end of her turn. Oh god. I can't play more than 5 cards a turn. That's a problem. I'm gonna lower the enemy's strength by 1, and then I'm just gonna big empower. We also get our Art of War trigger for the next turn, super useful. Ooh, Stash Away will be very useful this fight as well. Anything X cost so I can just spend the rest of my turn on it. Yeah, like Jada Jabs is a nightmare right now for us. My deck is largely built around attacking a bunch of times. Do I roast through a Jaded Jabs? I think so. It's some damage, and I had an extra card to play that turn. Ooh, Lantern Flare. Apply 12 Doom. Enemy gains 3 more at the end of each of its turns, especially considering how vulnerable and weak I'm going to keep this enemy. Thank you, Arumba, for adding a little bit more to that. That seems like a good idea for us. Definitely seems like Karma, It Matters Not. Let's go Black Bindings as well. Huge amount of weak, a little bit of additional Doom there. For a bird for a bunch of damage, as well as removing 5 bladed armor from the enemy. 1 more card. Sure, I'll play It Matters Not again, just for even further weakness and vulnerability. I'll add another black minings in there. Okay, the enemy got 2 mantra already on their turn. Right, they've got devotion doing that now. So now I can only play 3 cards safely in a turn. $38 damage 3 times is just the kind of thing that we need to do. Enemy goes back down to 0. When exhausted, draw 2 cards. Oak Brim Kindling, that seems huge. Play a collected guard to gain strength, and then use Roast for 40 damage while burning a Sunbloom Kindling from hands. And the enemy now has more Doom than they have health. Goodbye. I like the chime. Your time is up. Give up. Heading now into our Nyao fight. We've got some real good AoE, so I'm not especially scared of. Oh, Dark Apotheosis in the opening hand. I could not be less scared about this opening fight now. When this character dies, all characters, including you, gain 8 Vigor, 5 Thorns, 2 Buffer. Okay, so the last one I want to kill is the Silent, so that I have the ability to freely just continue attacking. It Matters Not is so good this turn. Perfect. Just gonna leave that. Dragon's Trove. Each of our enemies play a strike and defend. Great. Shell Parasite will use Fleeting Embers to burn Strike. Roast to roast an Ember. Roast to roast an Ember. Should have used You Are Mine first. Oops. Should I call a spot right now? I will. I'm taking Jack of all trades. All right, Chrysalis then. It's actually pretty good results from the Chrysalis. Horde, higher, draw 2 cards. This turn they remain. Retain, rather, sorry. I mean, hey, replace that 1 letter and it still kind of works the same. We'd love to finalize some stuff here. Let's finalize, then It Matters Not. And a Fuel the Fire burns a defend. I'm not going to say that's a incredible turn, but it helps. Especially because we'll be healing after the Watcher dies. Thank you for healing the Watcher. I condemn. Cursed Whale, retain. All enemies lose 9 strength this turn. Afflicted enemies lose 1 strength. That'll be huge this turn. Can I afflict first? Yes, I can. Use Mini Curse on 1 and that'll do it. Great. Now no one's dealing damage. Let's start with Dragon's Trove. I almost feel like I should burn Sentry here. Sentry in my discard pile yet? Yeah, Sentry is in my discard pile. I should probably play it. Alright, I'm gonna burn Empower. I regret burning Empower. Decent amount of damage done to the defect, though. And I guess I may as well play that even if I'm not taking damage this turn anyhow. Give me Torchbearer. I've got some reserve HP and... Actually, I may have prevented myself from taking damage. Jawworm. Gain strength. Ooh, Merchant. Give me all those 0 costs. Play the bomb. Ugh. Strike got hit by madness. Gain some strength though. Secret weapon. Pulls. Heat wave into hand. Give me another ember. Take out the defect this turn. Can I... sure, I'll just gain the 10 HP. Jada jumps back atop the deck, and I'll leave it at that. Jada jumps through a Rotwood. Unfortunately, the enemy does have 3 spikes. Also, I had 2 buffers, so it's kind of worth it. Enemy needs a little more vulnerable, maybe? There we go. Then let the bomb explode. Stop healing her! Do you know how hard I worked to kill her? Ugh, it's like you have no respect at all. Get my 10 HP after the damage, oops. Talk to the hand. Whenever you deal damage to this enemy, gain block. Yep. Add a random power card to your hand, cost 0 this turn, sure. Footwork, make ethereal, gain 2 decks. Why not? Ornamental Fan, when you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. And then finally, another opportunity to get a pyre in the deck. Our final shot. Ooh, look at those cards. Ooh, can't wait to play them on a run where I can afford them. Get a random upgrade on a strike. I will hit a intentional upgrade on Protecting Call to gain more temp HP and more block when Torchhead attacks. And now we just need to build an overwhelming stack of effects that the enemy cannot beat. Jumps through an ember. Stab, stab. I'll Jawworm for 2 strength. Ooh, Horde. Card draw. 37 incoming damage this turn. Well, let's start roasting our way through Ember. Scatterbrained is already 0 cost to play. Thank you, Black Candle. You are mine for the additional vulnerable. I mean, I want to hit Finalize and then just keep the enemy in the right state for it. So, like, flash over that Ember to gain Trip. Trip. I mean, it would have been lovely to be able to block this turn. Touch awkward. Yep. Oh, would have been nice that buffer. I feel like it matters not twice after a footworks here. Seems about the right speed of things. I'll add Billow for burning value. Okay, very useful. Let's roast the Sunbloom Kindling. Let me cast through Ember. Womp. No space in hand now for merchants. Transmutations I can't actually... Well, I can get 2 0 costs out of that if I really want to. But it costs my Pyre, my reserve at the moment, which I feel like I'm gonna need on future turns. Yuck. I mean, I'll blind the enemy at least. So it had that going for it. I'm gonna shovel another Imp that was not into the deck, just because I am worried about suddenly getting big thwomped. Oh yeah, like that. It did look a lot like that. Ooh, Lagavulin, and I want the enemy to be able to lose his strength. Let's burn Rotwood Kindling, giving you Vulnerable and Doom. Really Gambler's Brew for 2 cards here. Oh, I actually defend less because of that. Oops. I'm not. Ooh, Finger of Death. I'll take Heat Wave. Thank heck we got Karma. Yikes. Okay. Well, I can Brain Drain, and then I get upgraded Endgame, remove the enemy's invincible buff, and stun them. So now I can deal more than 200 damage to you in a single turn. Let's get Karma out on the field as well. The enemy's about to run out of vulnerability. So I definitely need to condemn this turn. And so Billow for the block, and I'll throw a Sentry for a decent amount of damage and weakness. Let's get Torchbearer for some temp HP into the deck with Millaries. Oh. Yikes. Oh, there's a lot I need to do this turn. Okay, Shells. I'm gonna Fleeting Embers through Bellow because it's not good right now. Then Fuel the Fire through Ember. Play Torchbearer. I want Dark Lord form, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to pay for it. Let's put another Ironbark Kindling in. His blocking is definitely getting hard. Oh god, no Pyre cards in the deck at all. Okay, never mind. Like half of my remaining cards are Pyre cards. I think this is our Gambler's Brew turn. I like the idea of protecting Call, Karma, and then basically as many attacks as I can get. I think those are the cycles. And Bewildered got modeled. We'll roast through an Ironbark Kindling, Ember, and a Mega. Great. Huge. I gained so much additional block at the end of this turn. Yeah, up to 48 to 18 on resolution. Really helpful. Shadow Daggers. 31 damage for each collected card played this combat. Hits 7 times. The enemy's not vulnerable yet. But if I hoard through the Rotwood Kindling, they are now. 46 damage. Hits 7 times. Let's do it one more. Got him! Oh! Oh, yeah. I paused this run for like 3 days, 2 days, 2.5 days in the middle of doing it. When I came back, I was like, I mean, my tone of voice and you know, general change in demeanor from multiple days ago is probably going to give away the fact that this is not a contiguous recording. I did forget that the runtime up in the top right was going to show that it was 69 hours to do that run. Oh, actually, 8 minutes quicker than that, new PB. Let us proceed. Back to the main screen, so that I can tell you that my name's been Rhapsody, and the name of the game has been Slay the Spire Downfall. Top list is a series playlist with all my content, all the game parts, present and future YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. I don't put the thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Lotta. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.